All right, so welcome to Keep It 111 podcast. The show is called Keep It 111. My name is B.Long,
I'm the mayor.
and this is our first episode. This is episode one. We actually have some people in the stew with us in the studio. Shout out to Wanda, Deja, and NR. So we're Keep It 111 podcast. You can wait. Basically, what we do is we also have a studio 111, and we're basically producing people's podcasts. So if you got a podcast that you want to do, then what you need to do is you need to email us at
Keep it 111 podcast at Gmail.
and then basically tell us what you want to do, the format you want to have it in, and we can accommodate that. And also, if you want to follow us on Instagram or on our other social media platforms, what's our Instagram?
It's the same. Keep it 111 podcast. So it's at Keep it 111 podcast.
So Facebook, all the same, everything, right?
Exactly.
All right, so I just want to be transparent, and Uber and Lyft have been in the news lately a lot because they were trying to shut it down in California, which would have been terrible for me because I get around quite a bit on Uber and Lyft, especially when you have, when you have a few drinks in your system. But this particular day, my car was being worked at the auto mechanic, so I get off of work and I get into the Uber. It's a nice older white gentleman named Bill. Bill was very friendly. Shout out to Bill. And basically, I was in there, and I was so tired, man. After work, I fell asleep. Have you ever woken up out of your sleep by farting?
No.
You never farted. You never farted. You never like. I'm sure people out there listening, you guys have woken up because you farted, and like a fart woke you up. Well, this particular time, I was in the Uber, bro, and I fell asleep, and I heard this, and I woke up. And I was like, it's me, bro.
But did you try to blame Bill, though?
Bro, no, bro. Listen, bro. And I had nothing, bro. I farted in the Uber, man, by accident. And I was asleep.
If I was Bill, I would have definitely charged your your security deposit would have been gone.
I didn't even know what to say, bro, because I had like 2 miles to go. It would have been all right if I was about to get out. But I had 2 miles to go. So I go, oops, sorry. And Bill didn't say a damn word. He didn't say it's okay. Bill didn't say a damn thing.
Did you tip Bill?
Yeah, I gave him like $7.
You should have give him an extra tip because that's wrong.
Bro, we had the mask on. We both had the mask on, so I'm pretty sure he didn't smell it. I'm pretty sure.
The cool part is he did, but it was when you got out for the rest of the time he was driving. That's the cool part.
It's just like one of those things. Like I've woken up to my own fart, in my own bed. But bro, like I literally went into a deep sleep. And I farted in an Uber, man. So, and then they shut Uber down like the next day. I was like, look, man, Bill must have complained. I shut down Uber, bro.
But have you checked your rating since then?
Oh my God,
your passenger rating it probably like went down.
Yeah, you know what? My passenger rating probably isn't that high anyway because I tend to talk my Ubers to death. All right, so so there's no other easy way to transition. We just keep it 111. All right, so let's talk about this Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion situation because it's gotten a lot of traction in the last few days. So we originally heard that Megan Thee Stallion went to the ER with some undisclosed injury to her foot, right? Then in the same night, TMZ also reported that Tory Lanez got a concealed weapon charge. And supposedly they were riding together. So I mean, you put two and two together. I pretty much knew what happened that night, but it didn't come out until later. So you want to tell us about a little bit more about the situation?
Well, man, so first of all, there's been a lot of different stories coming out.
Okay.
There's been the story that the gun accidentally went off somehow.
Oh right.
Yeah,
right.
Accidentally, but from what I understand, she was outside the car walking, so I'm not really entirely sure how that would have
she was barefoot too.
Accidentally went off.
Okay, she was barefoot too.
She was barefoot.
All right, and that's something that women will do after the club, especially they wearing them high heels, them stilettos. But
then there was a story came out that it was self-defense.
That she was hitting him
she was hitting him and he just had to defend himself by shooting her in the foot.
All right, so Rihanna, like the Rihanna Chris Brown situation, I heard he compared himself to Chris Brown. Because Chris Brown, yeah, he did what he did to Rihanna, but supposedly she was beating him up, and that's his defense. But Megan Thee Stallion says that she didn't even touch him. She wasn't even mad at him.
No.
So and then are there any more theories that are out there?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think that Megan Thee Stallion is probably bigger than him and could probably put hands on him. I'm just saying.
Tory Lanez a little dude.
He's a little dude.
He's a little dude. He's like me. I'm a little dude.
He's like he's about 150 pounds, and she's probably like 165 with about 15 pounds of ass. but I think that she could probably whip his ass. I'm just saying.
She could whip his ass. You think her?
And that's probably. I mean, other than he just lost his temper. You know, what I mean, maybe he was scared.
All right. So then it came out. So then it came out officially that he shot her.
Right.
He shot her in the foot, and he never got charged with malicious wounding. He never got charged with assault with a deadly weapon. So that tells you that she did not press charges. So she did not snitch on him.
Well, she said up until that point when she said it on live that she would that she hadn't said anything. She didn't tell the cops what happened. She didn't tell them anything.
So she's not a snitch. So she basically abided by the street code.
Right.
And I mean, snitches get stitches. I told my kids that all the time. So when my kids come at me and they're like, "Daddy, I did such and such, Trey did this," I'm like, "Yo, listen, honestly, you don't gotta snitch on your brother or your sister every single time, because what you're doing is you messing up the loyalty between y'all two. Now, if somebody's about to get killed or somebody's about to, somebody about to hurt themselves, yeah, come and snitch. But at the same time, I want you to tell me if it's something serious. But don't snitch on your brother and your sister, because they're gonna lose that loyalty."
But see, I don't. But this is where I think it gets different though.
Okay, where?
I don't think that civilians, people that aren't part of the street life, I don't think that they have to follow the same code.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if there's a chick and some dude pulls out a gun and just shoots her and she's just in the passenger seat, I don't really think that she has the obligation not to tell.
So automatically the street code doesn't exist anymore.
The street code is for street cats.
All right, I like that.
You know what I mean?
And I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? But because like there might be like a random old man that witnesses a shooting, and now he's a witness.
Yeah.
But now should he abide by the street code, or should he be, or is he allowed to step at the stand and testify?
I mean, it just depends on what it is. I mean, if you got a gangster that shoots a civilian, shoots a kid or something like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the street code applies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, if you're from the streets and something happens in the streets, you got to keep it in the streets.
Yeah, like I know a dude who was a drug dealer, allegedly, and he got robbed, and allegedly, and then he said basically he was not going to the police because this is a street. He's living by the street cred, the street code. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how that should be.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So just so we clarify that right there. Shout out to the mayor though. You know what I'm saying? He's a street dude. You have a little bit of a history, right?
Allegedly.
I got a tiny bit of a history. Just a tiny. But while we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion, let's jump right into this new song, WAP, W-A-P. Some people pronounce it WAP. Some people pronounce it WAP. Some people pronounce it by the actual acronym itself, WET. Can I say it?
You can say it.
Wet ass pussy. Sorry, mama. But yeah, I'm sorry, mama. I'm really sorry. But yeah, so because my mom's watching. Shout out to Don Long. But yeah, this song is basically the nastiest song that I've ever heard in my life. Like, okay, we have female rappers that are not afraid to go out there and say stuff. Like Lil' Kim said, "Watch me make a Sprite can disappear in my mouth," and you were like, "Whoa, Lil' Kim," But this one takes it to the next level. Like this is like.
So is it nastier than all the songs that dudes put out? Basically saying the exact same thing except for from a male standpoint, okay. Or is it just surprising because it came from a female?
It's surprising because of what they say, but it's actually. I mean, they say some stuff that made me go, "Whoa," you know what I mean? But it is. I mean, there's some guys that put out nasty stuff, but I think that's where the double standard exists. Some women can can do something that a man does. It's like if a guy has sex with 10 girls, he's old snap player. But if a girl does, then she's a bucket.
I don't think there's anything in that song that hasn't been said by a dude.
Or a whore.
You could almost take that song and probably compare it to
or a slut.
50 other songs.
Yeah, you
know what I mean? And they probably say the exact same thing.
Yeah, so I do think that there's a double standard, and it's probably not nastier than some songs that guys have made, but it's just so shocking. And because the double standard exists, everybody in America, I mean, this song is international. Everybody in the world that heard that song was a little bit shocked.
It was one of
including you. You were shocked just a little bit, right?
Well, of course, I was shocked a little bit, but it was one of the fastest songs from a female artist to ever hit #1.
Yeah, and I mean it definitely was, and they dropped it. beautifully on social media. They had the whole photo shoot that went with the song where they was like, it was done correctly. If you want to make it a #1 song, but I don't want my daughter singing it.
Well, see now here's the thing. So
And
now
she knows about it because of social media.
there's probably been, like I said, 100 songs that are pretty much the same thing, but not all of them have hit #1 on the Billboard charts.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So that it might be the freakiest song to ever hit #1 on the charts, which means it's going to be on the radio in a rotation.
But the edited
50 times a day.
Now and it already is on there about 25 to 30 times a day, and I expect those numbers to keep rising. But the crazier part is the edited version doesn't even do it justice. So if you hear the song on the radio, and then you're like, okay, it's a nasty song. But when you hear the unedited version, you're like, oh.
But when you were a kid, were you just busting the edited versions of everything, or did you go home and get the real version?
I went home and got the real version. You know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, I had to get the real versions leaked because my mama wouldn't, let me get them when I was a little kid. But shout out to mama. But yeah, I used to go and get them from the homies. We used to burn CDs, and I was always down for the non edited version. But it's just one of those things where it's just a shocking song, and honestly, I'm still trying to process the entire song. Like I hear it every time I hear it. It's a little bit shocking to me.
So
still.
what's the most shocking part to you?
When she said, "I want you to touch that little thing right in the back of my throat," I was like, "Oh God, Cardi! Oh God, Cardi, no!"
Or is it just the hook, or
there's some holes in this?
Is the song title worse than the song, or are the lyrics in the song?
I don't know. I don't know which one is worse. That's a great question, Lee. That's a Larry King question right there, bro. that's a Barbara Walters question right there. All right, so yeah. I think that honestly, they're both equally shocking. But I do like the little, because I'm a DJ, and that's like the Baltimore club, like DC backyard music type. Like, there's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house. That's a very good sample to use on that
but
song.
How old is that? That's been out.
That's
forever.
very old. It's very old, but it still bangs in the Baltimore clubs. Shout out to the Baltimore family out there. All right, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't know. It's a great song though. It is a great song.
How about the video though?
The video. Oof. We can't talk about that.
Are you offended by the video?
I'm not offended. Let's just get this clear, okay? I'm not offended by the song. I'm just a little shocked, but I still like it. I love it.
Is it?
I just don't want my daughters to know.
But is it in your playlist though? I mean, have you heard it like once and you were like, "Damn, I don't know about that," or have you
I put it on a Spotify a time or two in the car.
So you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I do like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
And so if you were like gonna be like, "Hey, play that song," like what would you say? Play WAP?
That's not the first song.
Or would you be like, play that
Mozzie? Play that Mozzie. Oh, you mean how am I gonna say it?
Yeah, like how you gonna say it?
I'm gonna say drop that WAP.
Drop that WAP.
That's what I'm gonna say. All right, so let's transition into a little different type of thing, because it's gonna be a while before we get to go to concerts, right?
Right.
I mean, we got this whole COVID-19 thing going on. We haven't even mentioned it, this far in the show. I'm actually pretty glad that we didn't mention it so far. But we're masked up.
I'm pretty sure that people are aware at this point.
Everybody knows about COVID. I got my mask. But all right, so I can't wait to go back to a concert. And we're talking about this, the NFL, and we're going to talk about the NBA bubble in a little bit and sports in a little bit. But the NFL is going to have fans that are in the stands. Kansas City was the first team to say that they're going to have fans. Now, this is a stadium that holds 70,000 people. They're going to have 22% occupancy, okay? So basically 16,000 fans, I believe that's what the math works out to. And they can't sit in groups of 6 or more, and they're going to be socially distanced.
Well, first of all, I mean, this might sound bad, but as a Raider fan, I encourage the Kansas City fans to go and sit as close as possible.
Because the rivalry,
and
right?
I'm with it.
All right, the rivalry between
I'm not going to get into it. I'm just saying.
That's terrible, bro. That is really terrible.
Somebody's got to – it's like, they're trying to – they say they're trying to build herd immunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're trying to see if, like, you know what I mean, if enough people are immune, then we'll all be immune.
Yeah.
I think it should start in Kansas City.
It's terrible, but I love the barbecue in Kansas City. So I got a soft spot in my heart for Kansas City. But so we're gonna see how it works. The NFL is gonna be the first one to do it. And shout out to the Raiders, by the way, because y'all have a beautiful stadium.
We're gonna have the most beautiful empty stadium in the entire league.
But I can't wait till they open it up.
It's gonna be
all right. So we're gonna see fans start trickling into these football games. But this is what I can't wait for is when the concert venues start opening up and you can go to concerts. So the first concert that's gonna happen basically is gonna be in Germany, and it's issued by the German authorities. So the German government got together and they were like, let's do an experiment. So basically, they want people, just random citizens. You have to be between the ages of 18 and 50. You have to be healthy, and you can volunteer for a free concert. They're gonna give you a tracking device. And they're gonna be able to track if you socially distance and how many times you violated social distancing. And then they basically want you to go home and see if you have COVID afterwards.
Okay, let me just.
So they put out 4,000 spots and only 2,000 people showed up.
But wait, okay, let's. I know that a lot of people have short-term memories.
Okay.
And I don't want to get into it
I threw a lot of numbers at you just now.
Let's just say that Germany and the German government don't have a very good history of telling people to go places.
That's terrible.
I'm just saying, man.
That's terrible.
I'm just saying. People have short-term memory. If I was in Germany and Germany was like, hey, maybe we should all go to the stadium and let's just see what happens.
There might be some gas come out.
It just does not sound good. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, hey bro, look, we don't want to sound anti anything.
There's no anti anything. That happened. I didn't make that up.
It did happen. You're right.
So all I'm saying,
it's not funny.
I don't think I'd be experimenting with any diseases in Germany.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They should have ran that in Switzerland.
They should have ran it in Switzerland because the Swiss were a little bit more lax. New Zealand was very lax on that. But they were the first ones to open up schools. It's just crazy to me that 2,000 people actually showed up and they're willing to get it. Because you never know. This disease attacks different people in different ways. So
what was the premise behind it? Did they get like free tickets?
They got free tickets.
Okay.
And a free tracking device.
And then they had to report back afterwards.
Oh, they tracking them. They keep the tracking device. They tracking you for I guess for 14 days. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how long they're tracking them, but I mean, if they had an American concert like that, would you go?
No, hell no. I'm not even going to I'm not even going to the store.
Bro, I might go, I might go. And they do have people wearing masks. You have to wear masks too. So I might go, bro. I think I've already had it, to be honest. I think I have the antibodies because I haven't been disciplined with it. And I got sick and I had all the symptoms. And what about you?
I mean, I think I might have had it too. They said I didn't.
I don't
believe anybody. But all I know is if they tell me that we're gonna go to a concert to see if you get it, I'm not going.
I might go. I mean, if it's Young Jeezy,
I'm not going. I don't care if it's Kenny G. I'm not going.
Did you just say Kenny G?
Yeah, Kenny. I don't care if I got to sit 8 feet apart from somebody else.
Is Kenny G like if you had one shot to go to one concert, would it be Kenny G?
I feel like Kenny G is safer.
Okay.
Than like someplace with a mosh pit.
Okay, yeah. Because Young Jeezy, they get a little turned up in there, but it's not quite like a mosh concert, but. Like they say Clown Posse or something like that. But this is Kenny G is probably like a more of a relaxed situation. It's jazz.
at least they can lure me into like a relaxed state as they're giving me the coronavirus. I'd feel like more relaxed.
Kenny G, Shout out to Kenny G. Shout out to Kenny G, bro. Wait until that long brown hair turns gray. Then you're gonna be like, dang, that's Kenny G, man. We getting old, man.
I don't even know what Kenny G looks like.
you don't know what Kenny?
No, I don't know what he looks like.
Kenny G is a skinny white dude with brown, long, beautiful brunette hair, bro.
I just know
curly hair,
Kenny
bro.
G plays in the elevator. That's all I know.
Yeah, Kenny G plays in my dad's car. Shout out to my pops. I think I got all my shout outs out the way. So yeah.
So far we shouted out mom, dad, coronavirus, and Kenny G.
And everybody
just to get it out of the way, we run that
and the
back.
people in Baltimore. I shouted out everybody, bro. That's what we do. This is Keep It 111. Just a reminder. This podcast is called Keep It 111, and we're gonna be coming at y'all, once a week. And if you want to do your own podcast, we can also accommodate that. We do editing, we do everything, and you can email us at
keepit111podcast@gmail.
All right, so now let's jump into sports, and the first thing I want to talk about is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Now, this is like a super fight, bro. This is like the ultimate fight in one of my homeboys. He actually said it earlier to me that this is the fight that he's always wanted to see his entire life.
This reminds me of like the old school UFC where like you had like the Hoist Gracie against like the 500-pound dude.
When it was called Ultimate Fighting.
There was like no weight classes. It was just like two dudes. See who's gonna like fight it out. That's what this reminds me of because first of all I don't know how they're in the same weight class. Second of all, I'm not even sure they're in the same sport
Yeah.
because that's like
He said the same sport. Okay, yeah, you're
Hey,
right. Because
that's
Mike
like-
Tyson is in a whole nother level.
mm-mm.
Mike Tyson, the training for Mike Tyson, the video, it is insane. I mean, this dude is moving at the same speed that he was moving at when he was 21, 22 years old. He has the same intensity, the same. And the best thing about Mike Tyson growing up was to see that power. Okay, we would go to fight parties. You know, my buddies, his parents were all into boxing. Shout out to Sean. That's another shout out. Yeah, so we would go to fight parties, and I would be 5, 6, 7 years old. And before we got to the party, you know, like we're bringing chips, we're bringing the Doritos. By the time we get to the front door, the fight is already over, bro, because he's knocked the dude out in 16 seconds. And I mean, he actually, it was, you know, people said that he lost money because he didn't let the fights go out longer. People were scared to get in the ring with him. But he's pound for pound the hardest puncher to ever box, in my opinion.
He's just a bad man. I mean, he's underrated defensively, first of all, because you know what I mean, everyone always thinks about him knocking everyone out, but he's hard to hit.
He is.
I mean, he no big man has ever bent at the waist like that dude. Like
Whoa.
for real.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Pause. But yeah, okay. But you know what? Who was also great defensively is Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. You couldn't hit him. He would put his hands down and just dare you hit him. Stick his head right there. Move it away. I mean, he between him, Sweet Pea Whitaker, and Floyd Mayweather, those have been the three best defensive boxers of all time. But Roy Jones, I see him get knocked the hell out.
Well, I hope that
a couple times.
First of all, for the sake of the kids watching and everything, I hope that he doesn't try that.
Yeah,
with
well,
Mike Tyson. I hope he doesn't try any sort of fancy defensive moves and sticks his head out anywhere.
Yeah.
He needs to run.
He needs to run?
He needs to run the whole time.
He
needs
as
to
fast.
run, and he needs to dance, and he just needs to get out of the way.
But it's only a matter of time for that pit bull to get you.
He needs to not get in the corner anywhere. No rope-a-dope, no leaning up the thing, no
and
hoping Mike gets tired.
And see, I think that Roy Jones is going to approach this as a charity event, and I think Mike Tyson is going to approach this as a real boxing event.
Well, he already said he's trying to tire him out.
So who do you got? Who do you got in this fight?
Mike.
I got Mike too.
Iron Mike.
I got Mike too. But I like the underdog. Since you're taking Mike, I'll take Roy. No, hell no, I'm not taking Roy.
I mean, what? Take him to win, or just take him not to get hurt?
Look.
I mean, you know,
he might die, bro.
In
Like,
Vegas,
I'm just being real.
Hey, you can bet on anything. You know what I mean? So you don't gotta. It doesn't gotta be like Roy to win. It could be like Roy not to get killed.
I need them to do that, Mike. I need the referee to be Mills Lane because he has a very good judge of when a boxer is hurt. And I want to hear that. Let's get it out. You know
I think they need one of the UFC. Referees or something,
okay,
man. They need someone to get in there and break it up because
they need Michael Buffer. They need Max Kellerman calling the fight with Jim Lampley. They need. It's gonna be a good event. I'm excited for it, but I'm just not gonna believe that it's gonna happen until the day it actually happens. Can we buy the fight? We're gonna figure that out. We'll let y'all know. Man, y'all know. Just Google it.
I'm gonna bootleg the fight.
You gonna bootleg the fight?
I ain't paying for that fight.
I'll pay for the fight. I'm trying to be legit. All right, so the last time I tried to bootleg a fight, it was a Floyd Mayweather Sugar Shane Mosley fight, and we're watching it, and it starts getting heated, okay, and then it goes like this. It goes Floyd Mayweather goes like this,
and it just froze.
And it froze, bro, and then we missed the rest of the fight, bro, and I was so mad that I said I'm buying every fight that I'm watching if it's a big fight. So I bought the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight. I was a punk. I paid $100 for it. But I added it to my bill. I just took care of it later.
I mean, I don't know if I should be saying this, but it's almost a tradition where I'm from not to pay for the fight.
Wow.
Matter of fact, we used to go out in the apartment complex, and we would go rewire the cable so that we had the cable to watch the fight, and then we had to go back and put the wires back before the cable company came back.
Wow. That's very innovative.
You probably couldn't do that anymore.
Very resourceful.
But I'm just saying.
And very illegal.
Allegedly.
I mean, I think you got the statute of limitations on that one already, so you're good. All right, and then this NBA bubble. Let's talk about this NBA bubble, man. Now the bubble, they're playing down in Orlando, Florida. They had 22 teams that were originally playing. They played a 10-game season basically. It was on every day. It was beautiful. It's a little weird. No fans. Well, actually, they do have fans. They have virtual fans, and they have 320 spots for each fan. And basically, you have to sit in front of your webcam. You got to wear your team jersey, and you got to sit there, and their heads are different sizes because some cats are too close to the camera, some cats aren't. You know what I mean? And but it's a really cool thing. And you know what? It's the only time that we're gonna have sports like this. So I embrace it a little bit. How do you feel about the bubble?
Well, allow me just to be the contrarian here. I hate it.
You hate it.
I hate it. I hate it.
It hates you.
It does hate me. We hate each other. We hate each other. Because
Really?
it's just like it's like practice with a bunch of TVs around. So if you hit a three,
and commentators.
if you hit a three, nothing happens. There's no crowd doesn't go crazy.
They got a
no
button.
energy.
They got a crowd noise button, bro.
I know, but it's but you can't feel it. You can't feel the crowd noise though.
Defense. They got it all, bro. They got it all, bro. All right, it took me a while to get used to it. I ain't gonna lie. I was not feeling it the first 2 days. I was almost so disappointed that I was like, F the NBA. But then I started embracing it, and now I can't wait to see the next game. You know what I'm saying? You see, I'm running.
But how's there gonna be a game without like at least one belligerent fan?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and
Like-
it takes away from like the momentum. Like they're saying that some of these cats that are garbage are shooting at an all-time high from 3-point percentage because
some
they don't have fans heckling them.
Because some people are great in practice. That's all it is. It's just practice. Some people are. Hey,
You're
so
right, you're right.
I mean, imagine if Allen Iverson was playing right now.
He
He wouldn't even play because it'd be like practice, and he'd be like, practice? We're talking about practice. He's out there. He wouldn't even play.
No, don't talk bad about Allen Iverson. I'm from the 757. I love me some Bubba Chuck.
Hey, he wouldn't even be out there shooting. And then he's like, no
You're right.
crowd, I'm good, I'm out.
You're right.
And then what about like some players like old school, like Reggie Miller?
Okay.
You know what I mean? If he would hit a three, crowd would go crazy, and he'd hit 5 more just because the crowd is going crazy.
Yeah.
There's just some players that feed off that.
Fed off
you know
that
what I mean?
energy, right? Yeah.
I don't know. It's soft serve.
It is. It's very soft serve.
Soft serve ice cream.
But if you
man.
like ice cream as much as I like ice cream, you'll go and get some soft serve.
I don't know.
So I mean, I went crazy today watching the game between the Mavericks and the LA Clippers. That's the first time I screamed watching the bubble. It was like Luka Doncic hit this game-winning step-back three from. It should have been a 4-pointer. Oh my God, it was exciting. So
wait.
I'm now excited about.
So you're telling me that have you been in front of your computer with the webcam trying to get on and be one of those virtual fans?
Yeah.
I knew it.
I told my homeboy, I said, yo, bro, I'm about to be courtside at the Laker game. I told you I was gonna be courtside, bro. And I mean, theoretically, you are courtside. But look, you have to. It's free, but you have to be in that 320 that they pick. And I think I was getting up too much, and so I never got picked.
So wait, so you're saying you can't even get in fake VIP?
That's messed up, bro.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
I can't. But all right, so what I'm doing is on the game, the second round, the next round, they're gonna have a weekend game because I'm working when most of the games are starting. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna get on just because you challenged me, bro. I'm gonna be a virtual fan. I will provide proof on this show, hopefully. And that we'll take it from there.
You're gonna have to get a new outfit. I'm just claiming that you're not hype enough to get on the screen.
Wow.
So like you can't just like show up. I mean like everyone got a jersey and a hat.
So I gotta get like some. I
gotta
paint my body yellow.
Man, you gotta like paint it up and get like a cape. You know, I mean, otherwise you gotta step your game up. You gotta step your virtual game up.
Yeah, I'm gonna step my virtual game up.
Just because you said that, now I'm gonna get on.
All right.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go put on the full blown superhero outfit, spandex bodysuit. I'm gonna be up in there. You'll see.
Wow.
You gotta step it up.
They put Lil Wayne in there. Lil Wayne didn't even wear a jersey. They were like, oh shit, Lil Wayne, let's put him in. Feed him in. And Lil Wayne's on there like every home game for the Lakers. He's a Laker fan. Shout out to Lil Wayne. All right, so next week we're gonna jump into a lot of topics. We're gonna run through sports. We're gonna run through whatever's popping in the news. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody getting shot. Or I should have said that.
Allegedly
getting shot. But there's going to be something else popping in the news, and we're going to talk about it all right here on Keep It 111. You heard of Keep It 100. We keep it 111 out here. So if you want to get your own podcast on, we will be able to provide that. We'll be able to basically, film you, edit you, and get you going and on all the social media platforms. You can just email us at
keepit111podcast@gmail.com.
All right, and also you can follow us on Instagram at Keep It 111 Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Keep It 111 Podcast. You'll see the cool little logo right there. And we'll just keep doing these shows. This is episode 1, and we thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Gone.